the shadow that sometimes tries to steal the light from your magnificent progress. The twin thieves of comparison and envy. Understand this profound truth. The universe is infinite, and abundance is not a finite resource to be hoarded. The light shining on another person's success does not dim the light waiting to shine on yours. Their blessing is their custom-made miracle. Your blessing is coming via a pathway designed specifically for your hands. Stop glancing over the fence. Stop comparing the quiet, messy chapter 1 of your journey to the highly edited, brightly lit chapter 20 of someone else's public life. You are holding two completely different scripts. Their pace, their process, and their prize are entirely irrelevant to your purpose. You were not born to be a replica. You were born to be a blueprint. Your life is a custom design etched with experiences, talents, and lessons that belong only to you. When you waste precious energy in envy, you are essentially telling the divine architect, "I'd rather have the neighbor's house plan than the mansion designed just for me." Redirect that energy. Every time you feel that sting of comparison, use it as a powerful signal, a clear indication of a desire you should now be working to manifest in your own life. Convert envy into inspiration. Convert comparison into commitment to your own unique sacred process. Your only true competition is the person you were yesterday. Focus on the beauty of your own unfolding, nurture your own garden, celebrate your own bloom, and trust the perfect divine timing of your harvest. Walk in the certainty of your unique worthiness. Your success is non-negotiable, and your path is entirely your own.
That low-grade anxiety, that faint feeling of lack, is a symptom of looking outside your own gates for validation. When the most magnificent, inexhaustible kingdom resides entirely within you. You are seeking external permission for internal abundance, and that cycle must cease now. You must stop participating in a mirage of perfection, the life you observe on the external stage. The ease, the speed, the effortless nature of other success is only the final polished act. You are witnessing the glorious harvest without having witnessed the brutal labor, the quiet failures, the countless rejections, and the profound personal sacrifices that preceded that success. Do not insult the sacredness of your own process by holding your vulnerable, messy middle up against someone else's perfectly curated end. Every great masterpiece spends time in the darkness being shaped and refined. Your immediate, most powerful defense against the thief of comparison is gratitude. Take a deliberate, cleansing breath and perform a full inventory of your own life. Count the blessings that are unique to your specific terrain. The quiet strength you possess, the hard-won wisdom you carry, the specific, rare talents that flow through your hands alone. When you genuinely recognize the boundless abundance already at your feet, the desire to envy someone else's table miraculously and naturally disappears. You realize you are already rich. This is your call to creative responsibility. You are not meant to be a passive consumer of other people's narratives. You are meant to be the dedicated, fierce producer of your own epic. Every time you redirect that envious energy, every time you feel the sting of comparison and instead choose to sit down and work on your own purpose, you are dismantling the external focus and strengthening your own sovereign center. You are turning poison into pure, usable power. Reclaim your internal throne. Stop letting the highlight reels of the world dictate the value of your crown. Your intrinsic worth is not tethered to external achievements, metrics, or approval. Your worth was sealed at the moment of your creation. You are inherently complete, fully capable, and utterly deserving of the profound joy and unique success you are working to manifest. Walk forward with the quiet confidence of one who knows they are on their perfect path. Your pace is divinely timed. Your unfolding is perfect. Your purpose is non-negotiable. Own the beauty of your process. Your unique testimony is the only one that can ever fulfill your destiny. Focus inward and begin to build.
You're being invited to shift your focus from outside to within. That nagging sense of not enough, that subtle anxiety you feel when scrolling, watching, or measuring yourself against others. It's not a sign you're falling behind. It's a signal that you're looking for validation in places that can never truly fill you. The real source of your power, peace, and abundance has always been inside you. It's time to stop waiting for the world to confirm your worth and start living from the truth that you already have everything you need to begin. Let go of the illusion of perfection. What you see online, in public, or in someone else's highlight reel is just that, a highlight. You're seeing the result, not the struggle. You don't see the sleepless nights, the setbacks, the self-doubt, or the years of invisible work that came before the breakthrough. Comparing your raw, unfolding journey to someone else's finished chapter isn't just unfair, it dishonors your own path. Every great story has a messy middle, yours is sacred too. Your strongest antidote to comparison is gratitude. Real, grounded, daily gratitude. Pause. Breathe. Take honest stock of what's already in your life, your resilience, your unique gifts, the quiet victories no one else sees. When you truly acknowledge the riches you already possess, envy loses its grip. You start to see you're not lacking, you're already whole. This is your moment to take creative ownership of your life. You're not here to passively watch other people live theirs. You're here to build your own. Every time you feel that twinge of comparison, you choose instead to open your notebook, send that email, practice that skill, or show up for your vision. You transform jealousy into fuel. You reclaim your energy. You fortify your purpose. Take back your inner authority. Your value isn't to fluctuate based on likes, on launches, promotions, other people's milestones. You were born worthy, full stop. Your journey doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be valid, beautiful, or successful. Move forward with quiet confidence. Your timing is yours alone, and it's perfect. Your path is unfolding exactly as it should. And your story is the only one that can ever fulfill your potential. So honor your process. Trust your pace. And start building. Right where you are. Whisper of restlessness you feel when you compare yourself to others. It's not telling you you're behind. It's reminding you to come home to yourself. Comparison only has power when you forget your own depth, your own resources, your own quiet magic. The truth is, you're not missing anything. You're simply being called to look inward instead of outward for your sense of enoughness. Let's be clear. No one's life is as seamless as it appears. What looks like effortless success is often the end of a long, winding road filled with doubt, detours, and decisions no one saw. You're comparing your full-length documentary, unedited, raw, and still filming, to someone else's trailer. That's not fair to you, and it's not even accurate. Your struggle isn't a sign of failure. It's proof you're in the arena doing the real work. The fastest way to quiet the noise of comparison: practice grounded gratitude, not performative positivity, real acknowledgement. Name 3 things only you have: your perspective, your perseverance. The perseverance, the ideas only you can bring to life. When you anchor yourself in what's anchored, this grass on the other side loses its illusion of green. This is your invitation to shift from spectator to creator. Every time you feel that pull towards someone else's path, use it as a cue to return to your own up in the document. Make the call, try the thing, protect your energy. Your envy is just misplaced passion. It becomes power the moment you redirect it towards your own vision. You don't need permission to begin. You don't need applause to be worthy. Your value isn't earned through output, visibility, or validation. It's inherent. You belong here exactly as you are, right in the middle of your becoming. So walk with the calm certainty of someone who knows their path doesn't need to look like anyone else's to matter. Your rhythm is valid, your growth is real, and your contribution, it's needed exactly as only you can offer it. Stay focused. Stay faithful to your process. And keep building. Not for them, but for the future. Only you can create. The feel great inside. That uneasy feeling you get when you measure your life against someone else's. It's not a sign you're falling short, it's a signal that you've drifted from your center. Comparison doesn't reveal your inadequacy. It reveals your disconnection from your own truth. The moment you return your attention inward, you remember your path was never meant to mirror anyone else's. What you see on the surface, the achievements, the milestones, the curated confidence, is just the tip of someone's iceberg. Beneath it lies years of uncertainty, missteps, and quiet resilience you'll never witness. You wouldn't trade your unseen strength for their visible success if you truly knew the full story. And you don't have to. Your journey has its own integrity, its own timing, its own hidden architecture of growth. Reconnect with what's already yours, not someday. Now, the resilience you've built through setbacks, the intuition you've honed through silence, the care, creativity, or courage you bring without fanfare. These aren't small things. They're the foundation of a life that's authentically yours. Gratitude isn't about ignoring desire. It's about refusing to let longing blind you to your current abundance. Stop waiting for external confirmation to start. Your worth isn't proven by outcomes. It's confirmed by your willingness to show up again and again for what matters to you. Every time you choose your work over worry, your practice over perfection, your voice over validation, you reinforce your sovereignty. You become the author, not the audience of your life. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming exactly as you need to be. So trust your rhythm, honor your process, and build, not for likes, not for legacy, but because your hands were meant to create, your mind to explore, and your heart to contribute something only you can bring into the world. The world doesn't need another imitation. It needs you, unfiltered, in progress, and fully engaged in your own unfolding. Keep going.
That quiet ache of not enough you sometimes feel doesn't mean you're failing. It means you've been looking outward for a truth that lives only within you. Comparison isn't a mirror, it's a distraction. And the moment you turn your gaze back to your own path, you remember you've always had what it takes to move forward. Everyone's timeline is invisible until it's not. The success you admire, the calm confidence, the sudden breakthrough, was almost certainly forged in private. In doubt, discipline, and daily decisions, no one applauded. You're not seeing the full story. And even if you were, it wouldn't be yours to live. Your journey isn't a race or a replica. It's the unique expression of your values, your history, and your quiet courage. So pause, ground yourself in what's real, the lessons you've learned the hard way, the boundaries you've set, the small wins you don't post about but carry proudly. These are your true assets when you acknowledge them, not to boast, but to honor your own reality. The pull of comparison begins to fade. You realize you're not standing empty-handed. You're standing on solid ground. This is your reminder. You don't need to prove your worth through productivity, visibility, or speed. You are worthy simply because you're here, trying, growing, showing up imperfectly but persistently. And every time you choose to invest in your own vision instead of measuring against someone else's, you reclaim your power. Your path doesn't owe the world an explanation. It only owes you your full presence. So breathe, trust the unfolding. Keep tending to your work, your relationships, your inner world with patience, not pressure. The life you're building may not look flashy, but it's real. And that's where true fulfillment begins. Stay focused. Stay kind to yourself. And never forget, your story is still being written. And you're the one holding the pen. That subtle sting you feel when you see someone ahead of you. It's not envy, it's a quiet invitation. An invitation to return home to yourself, to stop outsourcing your sense of worth to external markers, and remember, your value was never up for debate. It was never conditional on achievements, aesthetics, or applause.
What looks like a straight line in someone else's life is almost always a scribble behind the scenes, full of backtracking, burnout, and brave recoveries. You're not seeing the cost of their success, only the credit, and even if you were, it wouldn't be your currency. Your journey has its own economy. Built on your resilience, your intuition, the quiet ways you keep going even when no one's watching. So instead of looking sideways, look inward. Ask yourself, what have I already overcome? What do I know now that I didn't a year ago? What small act of courage did I choose today? These are the real metrics of a life well lived, not followers, not launches, not flawless aesthetics. You don't need to catch up, you need to attach onto the truth that you're exactly where you need to be to begin again. To deepen, to create every time you trade comparison, curiosity about your own to know you fuel your growth instead of feeding doubt. Your purpose isn't waiting for you to be ready. It's waiting for you to show up, messy, uncertain, but with, and that's more than enough. So stop shrinking to fit someone else's shadow. Stand in your own light. Trust your pace. Water your own garden. The world doesn't need you to be like anyone else. It needs you to be fully, unapologetically you. Keep going. Not because you have to prove anything, but because your presence matters, your voice matters, and your path, however winding, is leading you exactly where you're meant to be.